Hi, everyone. My name is Jose Torres, and I am the Basic Needs Collective Volunteer Coordinator. So I've been with the Basic Needs Collective for a couple of years now, and I am currently an AmeriCorps intern as well here. And so that's a little bit about me and what I do here. And so I'm just going to be presenting today on the Basic Needs Collective, who we are, what we do, and how you can get involved. And so about our team. This is our second semester up and running as of spring 2023. And so we're really new. We just started last semester, and it's our second semester. And we are a team of about 6 people at the moment. So a lot of we're all students. And so we have a PhD student, a master's student, and everyone else is in their bachelor's. And so small little team, and that's why we're trying to get any help that we can, just so that we can help improve other students' lives with what we do, and kind of just reach as many students as possible. And it wouldn't be possible without the help of volunteers. And yeah, so we're just doing our best to help students. We just want to show them that show the university that basic needs are an issue on campus, and that some students need help with whatever it may be, whether it be food, whether it be healthcare, whether it be mental and behavioral health, anything and everything. Students are facing things, and we want to address those issues to help keep those students, help them, know that what they're wanted, and they're wanted to stay here and for them to complete their degree. We want them to be able to achieve success and get to where they want to get to. But what we do is we use a trauma-informed approach to help find resources for students for whatever needs they might be facing. And like I mentioned earlier, some students are facing food needs, financial needs, housing needs. It could be anything and everything. And we'll do our best to find them resources on campus or find them resources off campus. And so we do an in-person intake assessment referral. We do a Zoom intake assessment and referral, and we also have a self-service form on our webpage. And so I just want to talk about what trauma-informed care is. So to us, trauma-informed care refers to taking into consideration the whole person, and that they are more than just their problems and what they are currently facing. And so a lot of students, there's just a huge stigma around even asking for help in general. And I think the biggest thing is students are worried about being seen as just their problem, as being seen as food insecure, or, oh, they don't have clothes and things like that. And we're trying to destigmatize that, as well as sort of showing them that they are a whole person. They are more than just that, right? That's just something they are going through, but they're a person with ambitions, with goals, with likes and hates and everything like that. I hate beans, and I love pizza. That's some part of who I am. I'm not, my problem, and neither are they. And so that's what we mean by trauma-informed care, and I think that's what we're trying to really help students understand as well. But intake assessment referral. So this is what we do in Zoom and in person with students. And so for this process, what we do is we work with the student to assess their needs. We have this huge intake assessment that we do, where we sort of just ask them questions about who they are, just so we can get some demographic information, as that can help us sort of find them resources created to their needs, right? Just because there are different resources for their identities and who they are. And even who their parents are, if they have like a parent or spouse that's a veteran or in the military, that could open up a whole other area of resources that we wouldn't have known if we didn't ask that question. So we ask them a bunch of questions about who they are, and they don't have to answer it if they don't want to. If they feel uncomfortable, they don't need to answer it, and I'll just work with what I got. As well as we then sort of ask them what their needs are. When we ask them what their needs are, we're not asking them to explain their needs. We're not asking them to show us that they're poor or anything like that. We just, if they come in and they say, hey, I need help with finances, or I need help with food, then I'm just going to be like, okay, yeah, sure. Let me find you some food referrals and resources. Let me find you some things that maybe might be able to help with finances or bills or anything like that. And that's it. I'm not asking them for their story. I'm not asking them for or any paperwork. I literally just ask them for their UID. That's like the most information I get out of them, their UID, their name and email, and then the demographic information just to have. But it's not like I'm asking for anything else. And then we have a huge list of resources, and we kind of go through them to see what works with them, right? And we'll be like, hey, let's look at this one, and then I'll read it out loud, and they might read it with me, and it's like, okay, does this one look great? And they might be like, yeah, sure. And then I'll just copy them and send it to them. If it's like an on-campus resource, though, we could do a nice handoff with them and be like, hey, I think the Women's Resource Center might be a good fit for you, and we'll let them know, and we can, that way they don't have to re-explain their story over and over again, and we can just be like, hey, this would be a great place for you to get the help that you need. And now we have the self-service form. So here you can go on our website and fill out a self-service form, right? This is super hands-off in the sense that we're not, they don't have to give us any real information about them or anything like that. If a student doesn't want to talk to somebody, they can just go in on the website, fill out the form, and then they'll get an automatic email with resources that are kind of broad, but they're resources that may be able to help that student. And that sort of sends automatically right after they finish the form. So that way, then if they don't want to speak to somebody, or maybe they just have like a really broad thing that they might need help with, they can fill it out, and hopefully that email helps them. And then who we work with. So we have a lot of on-campus community partners. We have, we work with everyone that's on campus, whether that be the University Counseling Center, the Financial Wellness Center, Women's Resource Center, etc. Right? We have a lot of people that we work with, and they all know us, we all know them, and we try to do warm hands-on with students. And then we have our off-campus community partners. Take Care Utah is a great one. Take Care Utah helps people find health insurance or apply for Medicare. So that's a really good one of ours. And then we have the Department of Workforce Services that helps with applying for SNAP, formerly known as food stamps. And that's a great resource that students don't know that they could use as well. We also have a thrift shop pop-up happening at the moment. And so, yeah, if you come and visit our offices, you can see that we literally have this right outside. It's much nicer now, actually. We got some racks for this area over here. And so now we have racks with hangers and clothes and all that. And so it's a great way for people, any student, to come in, and they can just, if they want to take something, they can just take it, and we don't ask them any questions. They don't, nothing like that. We do have a little survey that we ask students to fill out, just so that we can show the university that this is wanted and people want a thrift shop pop-up thing, right? But there's no expectations there. And as well as a donation box right outside. So if we're not here, you can always just put it in the box, and we'll take the donation, check it out, and then put it out when we can. But in short, we work with a wide variety of partners to help address the students' needs so they can focus on their academic success. And that's our main priority. It's just helping students with their outside needs. And so they can focus on their studies, they can focus on their homework, they can focus on their exam next week, things like that. But for the volunteer opportunities that we have tabling, where we schedule tabling at maybe outside the library, maybe in EHSEB, tabling somewhere and just handing out flyers and snacks to students. And then a student will come up to you and you'll be like, oh, hey, what's this about? And then you'll just tell them what it is about. And yeah, that way students can kind of know who we are. We're really new, so we really need that exposure. As well as in-class announcements. This is probably the easiest and fastest one, where you sort of just fill out a form on our Campus Connect that we have on there. You can easily find it in the documents section. and that you just sort of get some flyers from us, go to your class, get permission from your professor, of course, and before class starts, you can do like a quick, hey, the Basic Needs Collective is a thing. Let me tell you about it. And you just give a very quick spiel about it, and you get an hour back. That's the risk, is what we're counting it as, because you do have to come and pick up the flyers and all that. And then something new that we're having is the front desk volunteer. So this one's a great opportunity for people that are on campus and just have extra time on their hands, or they're just studying anyways. And so for the front desk, you would be, if a student comes up to you and asks you a question, you would answer that question. Or if they ask like, hey, I want to talk to someone with the Basic Needs Collective, then you can just point them to our office and be like, oh, hey, yeah, go visit Jose over there, or Eric, or something like that. And then when there's downtime and you're not working with a student and the student is asking you anything, you can just study and you can do homework. So I think it's a really great way for you to get hours while on campus and get to also study. But that's it for the volunteer opportunities. We ask that you come and visit the Basic Needs Collective and see what it is we do and do a full intake assessment with us, just so you have a better understanding of how we do things. That way, when a student asks you a question, you can answer it clearly and better. But so I definitely say that you should come visit us, so you can get like a better understanding of us and go through the full intake assessment process, although it's not required. And so thank you for watching this video. Have a great one.